Mammoth Cave National Park is home to some of the world's most extensive underground caverns, including what is considered to be the longest underground cave at over 600 kilometers of just surveyed passages. The park, located in central Kentucky in the U.S., encompasses history, political, and social issues, and is, of course, a huge area of environmental, geological, and geophysical research. Even then, these areas of research are highly interdisciplinary, since all of them are needed to truly study these cave systems and the surrounding environment morphology. In addition to just the earth sciences, the park provides highly unique and specific ecosystems for species to live in, filling a niche not found in many other parts of the world. As such, most of the fauna living in caves has special adaptations which allow them to thrive in underground conditions. These complex ecosystems are a popular area of study in Mammoth Cave National Park, and ecological models such as the intermediate disturbance hypothesis must be used to analyze the metapopulation dynamics of the species living within these caves. On this trip, several of these aspects were looked at and studied, starting with a trip to Green River, whose flow was instantly analyzed to discuss how water shapes the valley and the surrounding environment, as well as the underlying cave system. Points of entry and exit of groundwater were discussed and analyzed, and we were introduced to how groundwater movement is traced through the highly complex cave systems in Mammoth Cave. Using environmentally conscious dye packets, tracers are placed at known points of entry for groundwater into the cave system, and by using geophysical and magnetic surveys, as well as the partially known path of water movement through the caverns, the new water movement paths can be carefully tracked, and the data is used to produce maps such as this one, which outlines major inflows and outflows of groundwater throughout the park area and underground system. This is vital to understand, as unfortunately the counties encompassed by Mammoth Cave are largely industrial, causing hazardous waste to easily seep into the groundwater, which is also used as a water source for the thousands of people residing in these areas. The caves are still active and forming, and thus this waste can also interrupt this ongoing process, causing the caverns to essentially die by anthropogenic causes. The active formations in the cave include stalactites and stalagmites, columns, layered flowstone, which is locally known as cave bacon or cave curtains, and various other rock features produced over millions of years. The rest of the research included hydroecological and speleological studies on cave fauna, specifically population counting and identifying bat species currently showing signs of the highly fatal white nose syndrome. This syndrome currently kills millions of bats across North America and actually endangers their existence. Through zonation of different areas, we crawl through very thin spaces to access unlit and unkept parts of the cave in order to identify, count, and track cave fauna, including cave beetles, cave crickets, eyeless fish, crayfish, and tricolored bats. Many crayfish and eyeless fish were spotted. These creatures have evolved with a lack of eyes in order to maintain energy levels in their body. Since it's incredibly dark in these caves anyways, they don't need their eyes. Lastly, our team engaged in a bat search throughout certain parts of Hidden River Cave in order to accurately count populations through the selected zones and maintain a count of bats showing signs of the fatal white nose syndrome. The beauty of these ecosystems is often overlooked as they are far from where we can reach. Though not an ideal place for humans to live, caves are home to many different species, and education under sustainability is key to make sure they keep forming and maintain a strong and hospitable environment for life, free of any anthropogenic disturbances. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit more about Mammoth Caves.